Hey, this is Matt. We are going to demo the Home Teams online scheduling software. It's taken a very arduous, cumbersome, time-consuming process that would take several hours to schedule your league down to about, as you'll see here, in 5 or 10 minutes. This is the website Home Teams Online. When you go to HomeTeamsOnline.com, you'll see the Scheduler tab up top. Click on that, which will take you to this screen. In this case, it's pretty simple. How many teams in your league? In this case, we'll select 8, but you can put in any number of teams. And when we say league, we're talking about division. So this would be your K through 2 division. Then you would do a separate schedule for your 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and 7 to 8. So treat league as your division. When it says how many locations are available, we're going to treat this as how many fields we're playing on. So let's just assume we're going to play on 4 fields. So one football field consists of 4 under the lights football fields that are roughly 25 to 30 yards wide per. How many times will each team play each other? What I like to do, because so you're not having to do the math, whether it's 8 teams or 4 teams that are in your league or 12 or 20, is I will just stretch this out to, let's say, 3. They won't play they won't play each other 3 times, but this allows you to edit the spreadsheet that's corrected, choose 7 weeks worth of games, and then input those, and then just discard the rest. So we'll just put 3 there. You can experiment with that. Date, season, tournament starts. Again, we'll say September 16th, which I know is a Friday. How many days per week are games played? 1. How many time slots are used for each day? And this is important because if you have 8 teams or less, you're only going to need 1 time slot, assuming you only have 1 football field to play on, so you have a total of 4 fields. If you have more than 8 teams, you'll have to either, and you only have 1 field, there'll be 2 time slots, right? Because you're only playing on 1 football field, which consists of 4 under the lights football fields. You can only play 4 at a time. So in this specific example, where we have 4 under the lights football fields available, you have 8 teams in the league, you'll have only 1 time slot. This, they ask you to fill in the information, probably so they can send you some marketing information. Let them do it because this is worth quite a bit. Go to the next step. Okay, here's where you can type in your team name. So if you click that block there, you can choose Gators, Seminoles, etc. I'm not going to go through that effort, but as you can see, there's 8 teams because that's what you inputted. But for the sake of this particular exercise, I'm just going to use default teams, which is teams 1 through 8. You'll see where that shows up the next time. Locations, this is your field. So we always select type locations. We're going to put field 1, and then we'll put field 2. I think I spelled that wrong. Here we go. Field 3, field 4. Let's go back and capitalize that. So, okay, so field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4. So those are your locations. Game day, Friday night under the lights. Let's say this is your K through 2, so you're going to start them at 6, and you have 4 games per slot. All you do is hit create schedule. Takes about 5 seconds, and there you are. There's your schedule. You see the 16th is the first week, the 23rd, the 30th, so on and so forth. And the nice thing about this too is that it schedules teams randomly. So if you know a bunch of coaches in the league, you can never be accused of putting the stronger teams against the weaker teams. So it's all random. So as you can see, you have, remember we had, or we put in, they play each other 3 times, they don't, so there's a number of there's a number of weeks that are actually scheduled. You're only going to use, if it's a 7-game season, the first 7 weeks. If it's an 8-game season, the next 8 weeks. What you can do to even simplify it even more, you can download this and it'll download it in the form of a spreadsheet. In fact, I think it just did. So we're going to go to my download section. There it is. You'll click on it and here you go. So the way that I would separate or eliminate the games that are scheduled but not played, we'd go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So let's say it's a 7-week schedule. So you don't need the rest of these, so I just highlight them and delete them. So no need to have those in your schedule. So you're going to delete, and voila, there's your schedule. So Team 3 plays Team 7 on field 1, 6 plays 8, 5 plays 4, 2 plays 1, and then it just rotates in arbitrary schedules. So we've just effectively taken, again, a very cumbersome process and converted it to maybe a 5-minute process. There can be more complicated schedules where you have multiple fields, you have odd numbers of teams, where there are double headers. If you have any issues like that, we can certainly get into that as well. So hopefully this helps you out. We'll go back to the main site. That's what it looks like again in the end, and hopefully that'll do it for you. Thanks. Have a great day.